Hello all, my name is Yossi, and today's short lesson is one of several in which I discuss Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Today we will examine this verse in lieu of basic study principles. This lesson is dedicated to the memories of my parents, my father and teacher, Avraham Shmuel ben Simcha Bunim, and my mother and teacher, Chana bat Shimon. Whenever I discuss the Tanakh, what Christians call the Old Testament with Christians, one of the first verses that invariably comes up is Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. This verse is, in my humble opinion, the single most abused verse in the entire Tanakh. There are translational issues and contextual issues with this verse when used as a proof text, but those are issues that I discuss in other videos. What I'd like to talk about today are some basic reading or study principles and apply those principles to the study of the biblical narrative, this verse in particular. One of the most basic principles of understanding the simple meaning of the Tanakh, indeed many other works, is to remove ourselves from the picture to the best of our ability. We have to be objective observers, otherwise we are in danger of corrupting that basic meaning, the basic understanding of the biblical narrative. Our purpose is to understand the character's motivation and the character's perspective, not ours. Our purpose is to understand what the Bible is saying, not what we want it to say. We have to be ready to put even our longest held and most precious beliefs at risk in our pursuit of the truth. One principle that I would present in this video is the principle that miracles are unique. Miracles are one-time events. If an event occurs more than once, there's the likelihood that it will occur again. That is why the splitting of the Red Sea is a miracle, and the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series is not, although I'm not ready to place bets on that one. Sorry, Cubbies. When discussing the virgin birth of Jesus, Christian theologians often describe Jesus' conception as a miraculous one-time event that will never be repeated. A typical example of this idea appears in the article, "The Lord only did it once," but it also appears in thousands of other articles. The author writes, just as Isaiah the prophet had predicted in about 700 BC, it's Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, a virgin gave birth to a son, and his name was called Emmanuel. The virgin, of course, was Mary, and the son was Jesus. Matthew chapter 1, verses 20 through 23. The virgin birth of Jesus was no accident, as the power of the highest came upon Mary. Luke 1:35. This miraculous event of virgin conceiving and giving birth was a one-time event that will never be repeated. The Lord did it only once. End quote. Now let's return to our first principle and objectively understand what the text says. We objectively analyze the text and keep our personal beliefs and feelings out of it. Okay? Now to the KJV. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Well, there's an obvious question here. If one holds, as the King James Version does, that the woman in the room with Isaiah was a virgin, how can the virgin birth of Jesus be a one-time event that will never be repeated when the virgin in Isaiah 7:14 gave birth 700 years before Jesus was born? Some food for thought. Thank you, Kol Tuv, and God bless.